Hi guys, welcome to the channel. This is day one of basically YouTube and day one of me filming anything on this van. Yeah, I've basically never picked up a camera. I've never edited a video, so bear with me. But this is going to be a bit of a mini van tour of where I'm up to now. Right, so I'll start down here. Basically, I've got my little gas oven. And then my gas storage. Let's get down there. It's a bit naughty at the moment because it's not boxed out, and I need to put a little gas vent in the bottom. But that's why I've also put the alarm in here as well, just in case. But I'm gonna put. Let me get rid of this. I'm gonna obviously put the hole in the floor, and I'm gonna try and get some sort of metal casing in there, or even if I make my own, and seal it in with a dropout vent at the bottom. Excuse all this, I've got so much prep work to finish off. And then we're moving on. This is my water system so far. It's very simple, it's just cold water. It's basically the tank goes up through the filter into the pump and out into the expansion tank, and then up through the taps. And then this is my waste. I will be getting underslung water tank, but for now this is what kind of gets me going. And that is the switch to the pump. Now I did have that on the mains light switches up there, but I noticed there was some real bad flickering with the lights when it was up there. I think it was like a loss of power, so I put a temporary switch in there until I can figure something out. Whoops. Right, moving on. My little LG fridge. I can actually review this now. I've had this in here for just about a year, and it's been brilliant. Even in the 32 degree heat, always maintains the temperature. Standard compressor fridge, so it will obviously kick more in the summer, but it's been brilliant. And then I keep my toilet in there, but at the moment it's just in getting its usual clean. Then my rubbish drawer, but I kind of keep my cutlery in there, and any obviously little nooks, any crap bits and bobs that I've got. Then my bed, I've only just slatted it. I did have it on one board, but I needed a bit of ventilation. That's actually a European double, so it's 190 centimeters in the length, and in the width it's 140 centimeters, where I think a standard English is 135. So I just wanted that little bit extra. So that was an upgrade I've recently done. My control unit, really. This is all my paneling. Max air fan, obviously my battery monitor. I've got another alarm just in case, and then I've got my temperature sensors. Now I've got two sensors. I've got one on the roof at the back, and I've got one underneath the van as well. Now the one on the roof, I noticed, really gives you a false reading because obviously it's directing sunlight. Where, what have I got this on now? Yeah, which is what it's on now. You can see it's 39, where it's not. So if I skip that over to channel 2, let's have a look if I can do it. There we go. Yeah, so it's more like 20 degrees outside. No, so I've got to change my battery. And it's 23 degrees inside. Yeah, so I'm babbling on here, you know what I mean? You're probably not getting no decent tour here at all, but all my light switches, as I said, I've got the mains, and I've got under each counter the left side and the right side. This is where I did have my pump, but it was useless. It was making all the lights flicker, drawing too much power or whatever. I don't even know the real reason, I'm no electrician. But as soon as I put the switch underneath the sink, it seemed to be working a lot better. And then this one is my outside awning light, which I plan to install another one now. So I've got two outside awning lights, just to brighten up a bit more. One of my favourite features, my little boy's bed. So let me just set this up here. please excuse my camera skills. This is literally the first time I've ever picked up a camera and started filming. That's why I haven't bothered throughout the whole build. But so far I've got to fit a couple of handles on here. But literally this is just one great big storage space underneath. And there's a little hook down here. So you literally just unhook it. And then you can pull this out. Now this actually makes the same size bed as what he's got at home. Exactly the same in length and width. So I've basically just copied that. Now, for a seating area, sorry, it's a bit right. For a seating area, you do tend to have to pull it out a little bit to make it comfortable. Because once you've got his mattress on there with a backboard, it's not the best. But I tend to just pull it out a little bit more, and then you can sit comfortably. Right. Now I'll show you a little bit about the electric system outside and explain that. Right, so as you can see, I'll explain a little bit about it before I go into my electrics, but this is my diesel heater. It's the Autotherm diesel heater. I actually had that fitted, actually I didn't fit it myself, I actually got it fitted at their head office. For a couple of £100 extra for the machine and the fitting. I just thought, you know what, I want it done pro because it's actually plumbed into my diesel tank. Obviously the back of my fridge, and then I've got 2 batteries. Now these are Energy Expedition Plus batteries. They're 115 amp hours each. They were just the first things I got, and you know what, they haven't let me down once. So I think I've had them in there for about 1.5 years because they were one of the first things I ever fitted, bed solar panels, so then I could get some lights in here. So yeah, they've been brilliant. And then as you come up here, right, let's explain this a bit more. So it's my MPPT and then my battery to battery. And then I've got a shunt over here as well. I've got 2 solar panels on the roof. They're 115 watts each, so 230 watts in total. And then 230 amp hours of battery. Obviously they're AGMs, so they're cut down to 50%, but it does me. So yeah, this is all a bit of a mess at the moment, because it's just kind of whacked it in there to see if things work. And I want to eventually change the board on this to be a bit more funkier, put some lights in it. I want to even put a perspex screen over the front. So that's all things for the future. Right, some of the bits I've finished off since I last saw you. I've now put fronts on these and backed out the insides, but I've still got a ton of finishing off to do and a little bit of adjustments to make because I'm not really happy about how it sits out. It needs to just get a little bit better. But same on there, plus added a mirror. I've finished off all these cupboards with handles. And I've done a first primer and just finished off where it was a bit tacky before, finished handles. I've still not done anything in there, so I've still got to work stuff out in there and how I'm going to sort that gas out. But it's just a temporary thing at the moment. Well, I say temporary, it's been like for a while. What else have I done? So, my biggest mission this weekend was fitting this. Now this is my CCTV cameras. Well, this is the monitor, obviously. But so I've had to rejiggle around, move this around. But how we've done it, got my own old man's help, is basically we've managed to get power to the monitor by, it was a mission. Because what I'd done is I'd put this board up and then filtered afterwards. I got it nice and neat underneath here and followed the curve around here. It looked well, it still looks alright, but so then I had to strip this all back, take this all off, so then I could actually put it on this switch here, which was spare. So now that powers the monitor, so it doesn't have a drain on the battery if I leave the van for a while. So yeah, if I switch that on now. That monitor should come on, and I'll have 4 images there when I've finally done it. So then the 4 camera wires, I've basically took this off, chased them through here, through the back of these cupboards. I've just put the chuck stuff back in there now. And I've got to here. Now, so as you can see, the wires come out. So that'll be the left camera, right camera, and rear camera, and front camera. Well, saying that, the rear camera, I've then followed that along. And that comes out in here, because that's going to get, oh, let's just get that out of there. Oh, that's good, isn't it? Alright, got that caught in there. Yeah, I'm going to feed the wire up there and come out the back. So to try and minimise holes, it was basically for, I know that I've got existing solar panel wires coming in through the roof at this point here, so I'm going to have to drill a hole again, but at least I know that's where I roughly have a hole ready, and I'll cover that over. And then rather than having 4 holes, one at the front, one at the back, both sides, I decided to come out through one. The wires are going to go along the roof, but what I'm actually going to do is put some trunking, or I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do, just to hide the wires, but the majority of them will go underneath the panels, solar panels anyway. So there'll be one hole there and just one hole for the reversing camera, but it's not for the reversing camera, it's just going to be the rear camera. And then that saves having more holes on the roof, causing water leaks, I suppose. So that's my way around it. But it took me about 6 hours yesterday just to try and get this monitor up. So it was a nightmare. But my weather's a bit crappy at the moment, but it's all right today. But I might try and get this done in the next couple of days, put the cameras on the roof and finishing it all off. But that's as far as I've got so far. So excuse the mess, it's still a shithole. But I don't know if I finished this off last time. It took me a while to get this bit finished, but that's now finished. So next couple of projects coming up is to try and get the back of this area finished off, and I've got to fit the inverter. So plug socket's going to go here, inverter switch here. Just need a double plug really, with a couple of USB and USB-Cs on it. And then that'll be pretty much roughly there, apart from a bit of decoration. Then I need to add a bit of colour in it because it's really looking pretty boring. But yeah, that's all for this video. I'll see you next time. Bye.